Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. My name is Sheila Monyega. Thank you for joining me for this conversation. As always, please click subscribe and hit notifications if you haven't already. But I tell you what's happening in this episode. We continue with part 2 of Life is a Marathon, featuring Coach Douglas Wakiihuri, one of Kenya's most beloved marathon athletes. At the age of 19, Douglas Wakiihuri found himself in Japan in a new culture, learning a new language and focusing all his energy towards winning a medal while running for Kenya. But before the Olympics and the silver medal that he won there was the World Championships. How did he achieve all of this and more? Let's continue our conversation and live out loud with elite marathoner Douglas Wakiihuri next.
Coach looked at me and said, "You are not probably going to make it in 10,000 meters. Okay, it is very competitive for now. The only race you are going to go with is the marathon." And I had not run even a marathon. I didn't even have an idea what marathon is. And he told me, "This is the only race because it's easy to qualify." Okay? Coach said. So I said, "Fine." So how do we do it? So we had our relays. We had our All Japan relays. That's All Japan, and we won, so I was in good shape. So he said, once we finish the relays, we're immediately going to go to the training for the marathon, so that you do your first trial. You need only to run 2 hours and 16 to qualify. Now, the reasoning now came that because I'm not that good, my coach believed that if we first go to the World Championship, and I run in between maybe 1 and 15 or whatever, I will have an easier pass to the Olympics. That's what he believed, and that's what we planned. So we started the training, and I remember my first marathon, I was really good. I said, "Oh, this is what the marathon is." So I ran up to 38. I was feeling good, and I was leading all the way until 38 came, boom, and the whole world stopped. And I'm like, okay, why am I not running?
What's happening?
Why am I going backward and everybody is going forward? So I ended up finishing at 2 hours and 16. I think I was number 6 or 5 or 6. So that one I didn't do the postmortem, like what went wrong. So I did the second one. I did 2 hours 15. Now this became an issue for me. I wanted to understand why I'm in good shape, but I can't finish as number 1. And I remember I looked for the tape and I watched it like 100 times. 100 times. So, but one day when I was watching this clip, I realized my legs are very strong, but my upper body is weak. Then you have the triangle. See, the triangle base is very strong. And at 38 is when now your legs get tired and you can't propel with your upper body. So I realized, I said, if this is a problem, let me turn the triangle upside down. And that means I have to start doing the gym work so to strengthen my upper body so that the triangle becomes bigger on my upper body. But the problem was that the coach was not happy me going to the gym. So what I did, I bought a home gym, a small home gym. I said, now this one, I'll work this thing out. And I was very sure that that was the problem. So I worked it. And I never told the coach. My next run improved actually on that, We're still doing this other training, but I'm also training in the house.
And your own little training as well.
And I remember that is the time I won the Japan National Championship. I won the 5,000 meters. Oh, then again, that was another blew up. I just opened up and I said, now I want to go to a full gym. Because that is now, so my life now was confined between you not wanting what I want to do, I want to do, but is what I believe is going to make the change that I want to change or run faster. Because my question basically was that why am I not running faster? Why is everybody around me running faster than me? And nobody could answer that question. But when I ran the Japan National Championship, the coach was in an interview and he said, if we coach Douglas, we'll end up not beating, we'll beat everybody. And I'm like, Say that again. There's a crack in the wall. I need to see this crack so I can break this wall down. And I realized, Allah, kumbe I have still an opportunity.
Yeah.
So that is now when I started now putting this. I never now worried about anything else.
Yeah.
All the worry just disappeared.
It disappeared
and I knew
from there. Yeah.
if the coach has said that, he must have seen something I can't see. It is there. I just need to figure it out.
Okay.
Where it is and how I'll get it.
Persistence.
Yes.
Winning, and the feeling that came after that, because there've been so many wins for you. And it's hard to talk about each and every race because there've been so many for you. And your life has so many chapters and we have to keep running through these chapters. Winning and losing, as an athlete, balancing the two and being so sure about who you are and where you are, that's always a push and pull.
Yeah.
How did you deal with losses? Winning is a good feeling. How did you deal with losses?
Losing a race is not very, it's not a terrible thing. It is actually a very good thing because it's something you can live with.
Okay.
Rather than being told you can't run. That is worse because it degrades you, it makes you useless. You know, it's like there's nothing you can do. You know?
But did you always have that principle that even if you lose, it's okay? Or is it something you learnt with time?
You see, before you win, you have to lose.
Yeah.
That is the first step. The first step of winning is losing.
I'm not a very good loser.
I know, but if you don't agree with that, you
Yeah.
see, like for example, I did these 2 runs and I lost.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why. But for me, losing was not the biggest thing. It is finding out why am I losing
And correcting
and
that.
correcting it. So the other one I ran, I came 2:13, so I qualified. And the coach said, now we're going to I got like a green light from Kenya, from the association, the federation here.
Yeah.
And you just don't know how happy that is.
Yeah.
That I'm in the Kenya team, I'm going to represent the country.
Yeah.
So I really trained very hard, very, very hard. And my coach had no idea that I am going to win this race. He knew that we have Juma Ikanga, Rob de Castella, who was from Australia, who was a world champion then, world record. We had Monigeti Steve, who was also coming in as a new young boy. And the other guys who are like big shots.
Yeah.
So I'm 213, guys have 208. So there's no way a 213 will beat the world.
208, yeah.
So when we went to Rome, you now see history. So the roads are like, it's pebbles or what? Those
cobbled.
Cobbles,
Yeah.
yes. And the shoes that you're wearing are basically slippery. And the day before the race, in like 2 days, the rain just came down. Yeah, it was just rain. And we were running at 4 o'clock. Ooh, it just came down and you're like, okay, this is a blessing, as we think in Africa. So we go into the race and the coach in the morning, we discuss a few things. Everybody was just nervous.
And
The
this is at the Olympics?
Yes. No. This is first the World Championship.
Okay.
So when we get, then I get to meet the ASICS guys. I've been with ASICS for like 30 years. So ASICS people came and said, hey, Douglas, everybody is excited. Yeah? It's the first marathon. I am not a champion anywhere. I am just an average athlete who is just trying to qualify for the Olympics through the World Championship. And the ASICS guys asked me, okay, Douglas, hey, do you think you're going to win the race? You're going to win gold? And I'm like, I am not sure, but I will do my best. And then I asked them, okay, if I win, what happens? They said, we'll make you shoes. That was a verbal conversation in Uku background.
For a boy who didn't have shoes growing up.
The day before the race. So
Yeah.
we basically, because I trained in Japan, even the Kenya team probably had no idea who I was. Because I came straight from Japan, Sweden, then Rome. And they saw there's a Kenyan in the team. So we had not met actually with the team. So yes, I get into the race and my planning was good. We ran and nobody knew me. I was lucky. And I told the coach, look, if I get to 35, I think I'll be okay. And that's exactly what happened. Though I had my fears of who I saw. And yes, at 35, I was good. We went 40, I was clean. I came in and I won the race. And one of the best things is that being the first gold medal for Kenya in marathon in the World Championships, the late President Moi also was coming in. He was in Rome at that particular time. And I could see him coming from the other, because you can see the commotion when
of course,
our
the
president
head of
comes
state
in.
is in the building
So
or
you can
anywhere
see the
for
officials
that
are running
matter.
up, and I'm coming to finish. When I finished, I went and saluted him. And I think that was one of the best races that I can always say, even today, that you are winning a race when the president is barely coming into the stadium.
Right.
And being the first medal. And that actually now opened a lot of doors.
Doors for others,
And-
and
and
not just yourself, yeah.
Exactly, and I think it is something in life that probably you'll never duplicate again. You can only share. And I always say that when you do what you do, you can struggle, you can feel the pain, but you'll never share the glory of your success. And you just leave it because you can't proclaim it. You just have to be commended.
Now, speaking of commending and sharing, you have shared your love and passion for running with other professionals and
Yes.
with beginners. I mean, recreationals, I don't even know if I should call myself a recreational runner. You've been patient. When I did a half marathon for the first time in my life, you trained me for it.
Yeah.
And you continue to teach hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other Kenyans about running, about life. It's not just, running. The marathon and life are very similar.
Yes, they are.
They're very, very similar. It's only one that ends and you're still living,
Well-
while the other one, when it ends, you're not living.
The way I look at it for me.
Why do you do it? That's the question.
Basically,
Yeah.
I thought about it and I looked at it, and I always said that life is short, but marathon is shorter than life. And in saying so,
Yeah.
I think it's something you can do before life expires. Again, if you look at a rose is a sample of how a marathon is. The flower on top is very beautiful, but for you to get that flower, you have all the thorns, the pain you'll get to get there. So basically, the thorns represent the pain you're gonna struggle day to day, putting things together, looking for that. But when you win or you finish your run, it's as beautiful as a rose flower up there. That is how a marathon is. And the reason why I think I do it is that I think each and every one of us must get a path of what interests you most and what you think you can fight for and achieve. Probably you don't know how, you never know where, but you just need direction of, if you get a good director, you will always achieve what you want to do, but it has to be deep-rooted in yourself.
I'd like us to talk about commendations. We've talked about sharing of your passion and running and winning and losing, but being commended, being appreciated. In the beginning, as a little boy, you thought, I'm going to bring a medal to Kenya. And now Kenya is giving back. And not just Kenya, Japan too.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your recent commendation from Japan? Because I saw it on the Embassy of Japan feeds, and I thought,
Yes, I think it's an achievement that, as I said before, is that commendation cannot be proclaimed. Whether you're commended or not, you just have to appreciate that moment. In this case, I have to give my gratitude to Japan, because they have made me who I am. That seat or that space they gave me would have been occupied by someone else. To accept me and be able to award me, I think is very, very special. It never happens in anybody's dream in life. It is not something you can dream about. I can dream about winning a gold medal, which I might or not. But this, number one, getting to be the coach of the First Lady of the Republic, and then to be commended by the Japanese government, I think it's a special recognition for the love of what I do, not only for myself. And as I said earlier, when you achieve, the glory doesn't belong to you. There are other people or other Kenyans or maybe Japanese who see as their success because of their contribution. And that is what you should not take away from each and every person. If they see the reason, they will give it to you. They will commend you. But until they commend you, you just do what you do best.
Right.
And I think for us, or for Kenya, I think I'm the fourth one.
Yeah.
We had
Professor, the late
Ambassador Awuri.
Just
Dennis
recently, yes.
got one. Wangari Maathai was also awarded. And then Ambassador Dr. Amina
yes.
was also awarded. So I'm the fourth one. And that's very special. Being
It
the
is.
athlete, I'm the first one. We were just joking with Elliot the other day at Kasarani. And the coach, who was Julia's son, said, "Oh, congratulations for your commendation." And I cracked the joke. I said, everything is possible. Like, don't limit yourself. And he just cracked out and said, "Yeah, I mean, it's possible. So keep working hard."
Keep
and it was a joke, but
yeah.
I think it is very special when we, especially athletes, are being recognized, and you feel good about it. It is not about money, because you can't buy it.
Yeah. It's bigger. Some things in this life truly are bigger than money.
Yes, that's right.
And for the work you've put in all the years of your life, because running didn't just start last week or when you were a teenager. It was a sum total of all the years spent and all the trials that you went through to get to where you are now. Coach, your passions are not just running, you also sing. And very well, and in Japanese. Yes. When I think about someone who is living his best life, you're always in that list for me. You're being commended, you're running, you're traveling, and you're singing. You do all these things that you love. Why music? What made you think, I'm going to sing and I'm going to sing in Japanese?
There was a time in my life whereby I got tired of running. Because
I can't even imagine that.
I was running every single day for like about 6-7 years, and it got really tiring because you don't have friends. There's basically nothing you can do. Focus is a bit mean. When you do focus, it's that you're going to deny yourself a lot of.
You shut off everything else,
So I took a break for about 10 years. And after 10 years, I started feeling that my body is like, hey, you need to start running again. So what happened is that over time, running is the main thing for me, and music was second. Basically, I lived with music. I would listen a lot of music. I would buy a lot of CDs because I never used to go out and stuff.
Yeah.
And over time, I started writing poems and stuff like that. So when I stopped running, I just came back and said, look, I have all this stuff I've been writing, and I don't know how I can engage myself with the fans. So because when we run, we become very poor in communication. When you talk sports, we're able.
That's you can communicate.
So I remember I went to London and I bought a small music box. I started coming to try and do something, and I did. Then I looked for one of the Kenyan musicians. It was called Talisman. Talisman and Melodious. So I looked for Talis, and I found him. I said, look, I need your assistance because you have been doing music, and I need you to push me up.
Yeah.
Or show me a few things. So we started and we wrote a few songs, and then I was very keen on Sheng. I really love Sheng because this is a language that you can talk to our hood boys, our ghetto boys, to understand them and get to direct them properly through their language.
Yeah.
So, and I think the first song I did was called Puchibela. Then I went to Japan and I started visualizing how I went to Japan. I was just 19 years old. You can't read the characters, and things are so different from where you have to keep time, And I wrote a song called Gambare. Gambare means do your best, and it was inspired. I was inspired this song because of the way things are in Japan. You have to be on time. The train leaves at exactly on time. You can't be late. You have to be on training You have to go to class for learning Japanese and all that. So that was my first song. And that excited me completely. So that's how now my music, and I've been struggling over time to get my path. What is the right path for me in music? And I think When I'm Missing You is what now came out as a result of so many years.
Yeah.
In 2005, actually I went to Japan and I was just green. I didn't know nothing. And I did live music in Japan for 3 years. But then it reached a point where I said, no, I think this is not the right path. Let me go back and polish.
Work on your craft, and it's sounding really, really good. Thank you for inspiring us. It's never too late to pursue these things that you have an interest in, and you can learn new things and you can express your talent in different ways and different avenues. I'm looking at your gear and I can see your official logo is Douglas Wakiihuri Road. Coach, what does this mean? In honoring you, it doesn't just end with the Japanese Commendation.
Yeah.
There's even more.
I think the night before I was awarded, commended.
Yeah.
I think the social media link came out.
Right.
And I read that the Aerodrome Road is going to be named after me.
It's fine. It's time.
Well, I think you just have to appreciate the time that it comes. Everything, that's what I'm saying, everything comes at a particular time.
Right.
And there's not much I can do except to appreciate that.
Yeah.
And for me, I think, last Saturday with my first coach running club, we were on the road.
Yeah, celebrating It's actually Douglas Wakiihuri Road.
Yes,
Can we get the name of the road right?
I think it's something special.
Yeah.
And I'll want to see how we can get more Kenyans running, especially on this road. I think it's a privilege, number one, for most of us who are alive today. I think Kenya has a lot of legends who are alive. And they don't get to see these things, that you are alive, you've been awarded a road on your honor, and you'll be running on it.
Yeah.
And
right
that is the photo I'm willing to take. I want to take, close the whole road and just do a run and just take
and can I tell you something about your road and the sign? Yeah. Nobody's going to burn it.
Well, I think that one I can leave to the spectators.
I can tell you,
and
I don't
my
see
fans.
Anybody installing
for sure,
CCTVs for it.
That's true. Yeah, I think that is all right. But I think if I think they have seen what I've done. And I think we have a lot of them that I run with. Yeah. And I think that's something special that I didn't feel.
And can I tell you about someone else who I think needs the road? Wilson Kipragut.
I think we are many of us.
There are many.
Very many of us.
Many.
And we are very many of us. And I think it's not only even being honored. I think one of the things that we need to start doing is it's just to get to maybe visit the legends. Being it athletics, being it football, being it rugby, do something, whatever, paint the house, cut the grass, make some lunch for him, whatever you can do, talk, make some, and I think as we're heading down that road, we'll really appreciate that appreciation, not waiting for the bigger one, because I think we are blessed in our own small way. Yeah. But the bigger blessing comes when the country appreciates its legends.
Very well said. Ducky, I could speak to you all day, but I need to run back to Diani. I think I'm still good with time. Yeah. If I start now, by June I should make it. Sure. I'm ready.
There you go.
Kitted. Thank you for making the time to speak with me. I wish you all the very best. When the unveiling of the road is on, please, tutakuwa hapo na wewe, tutakimbia.
We'll be running on the road.
Yes.
You must take a clip on that road running.
I will.
This is the road.
I shall. Mungu atusaidie. We make it to that day. It will be a great day of celebration, and we will do our best to honor and appreciate all our athletes. Sure. This is the beginning of, in fact, I've spoken to Lorna, I've spoken to Catherine, spoken to Martin Kano, and now I get to speak to you. I'm definitely going to keep looking. And even Julius Yego, I spoke with him as well. Yes. I'm doing my best to find these greats in this moment so that we can share these conversations with you. And I'm grateful you've made the time.
You're welcome.
Sana. Haya basi, tutakimbia utani push mpaka gate.
Sawa.
Thank you.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Hizi steps za hapa ni za kuvunja mguu.
Here we are. So this is the Ngong Road Forest now, and you have the sections. You can see section 1, 3 trails that Kenyans can come enjoy running, cycling. Yes.
Now, Liza,
Yeah.
there's a dam over here.
Yes, there's a dam there. That is near the race course. We used to run there before.
Yeah.
Nowadays we don't run around there. But it has great sceneries.
Yeah.
There's also hits up and downs. You can run from 5, 10, 15 and 21.
All right, Bonge. So now I'm running off to Diani.
Mubada. Salimia watu wa Mubada.
Kabisa.
Okay.
Tutaonana.
Haya.
Thank you.
Kwaheri. See you.
Bye. I ran all the way back. I don't believe me either. But arigato gozaimasu, Coach Douglas. We are so proud of you, and what an honor it is that you have brought to the country that is Kenya. There's so many people who love you and support you, and I, without doubt, am one of them. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, what you waiting for, boo-boo? Nitafanya exercise na wewe ya kukimbia, so please, don't miss out on that. Click subscribe, hit notifications, and let's catch up again next week. Here we are at the Diani Sea Lodge having the time of our lives. There's more that I want to unpack and share with you. So till then, live out loud in all that you do.